Well, guys, jolly good evening to all of you. We're here in bloody England. Today, we're going to be talking to you about a few topics going around in the world as we speak. I'm here with, first of all, sorry about that. My name's Shane Fowler, aka Schmingus Con, aka Schmeggy, Schmigs, whatever. And this is.
I'm Geek Leaguer, also known as He Not Teen X on Xbox, formerly known as Stepbro Geek.
You gotta talk in
Formerly also known as Shamifying.
Formerly known as GK27,
hey,
and before that,
talk in the
Geeky10,
British
and
accent.
before that,
You gotta talk in the
it's
British accent.
Respawns, and before
You
that,
gotta talk-
Monkey Knights.
You gotta talk in the British accent. You have to talk in the British accent.
Hello guys, it is Alex Dro here on Xbox, Dread Dust171477, but now Dust 171477.
Lost the dread.
Good night, mate. My name's Jace here, also known as Big Country or D-Block Jet. I just went from Australia to country very quickly.
Oh, that was bloody weird.
Thank you all for tuning back in. Today we got a bunch of interesting things we're gonna talk about.
Interesting things indeed.
First thing we got up is Joel Embiid winning the MVP for the 2022-23 season. How we feel about that? Is it right? Is it wrong? Because some people are saying that Jokic should have won.
I see personally, as I'm rooting for the Nuggets in the playoffs right now, I would have loved to see Jokic three-peat.
Yeah.
But I'd say for the sake of the game, it's probably good that Joel won. I mean, he had one hell of a season.
Right.
Just in his last 5 games, he's averaging 26 points, 10 rebounds, and you can't really argue with that.
I think also, when we're comparing the impact that they, each put into their team on a nightly basis, I think when you're game planning as the other team, you're game planning around Embiid more than you're game planning around Jokic. I feel like Jokic, he does it all. He's a 1 through 5 guy, rare. He's one of a kind. He truly is a unicorn. He's what we thought Porzingis was going to be. He is he's a top 3 player in the league.
Yeah.
But when you're game planning, you're against Embiid, you are basically just conceding at the center position. There is no stopping Joel Embiid. They're slowing him down, and very few people in this league can do that. And I think Jokic is someone that you can stop. I think he's stoppable. He's guardable.
I agree with that. But you're talking about the game planning. When you game plan for the Nuggets, you don't just game plan for Jokic. You game plan for Jamal Murray. You game plan. There's a lot more guys, I'd say, on the Nuggets team that you game plan for rather than the Sixers.
I think you can argue that, but we also, it's just different. When you're guarding Embiid, you throw 2 guys on him. You're throwing 2 bigs. That allows the Sixers to space the floor so much more. You're opening it up for Maxey to go get a bucket. You're opening it up for Harden to go get a bucket. Yeah. The impact that Embiid puts on for his team is greater than Jokic's.
Yeah. I'd agree. I'd 100% agree with that. Oh, Lord. Far from Nugan.
Did you just fart?
What do you think, Shane?
Oh. I heard his
I haven't
fart.
really watched most of the Nuggets and 76ers, but from what I've seen, I think, Embiid is more, I don't know, versatile. I think that's a good word.
It's a good word.
Good word.
I don't know if I'd call Embiid the more versatile one.
I think his play style was impactful.
I don't know.
But yeah,
I think his play style was impactful. It's powerful. It's threatening. It's just dominant, overpowering.
You can't really say that for Jokic.
You can't.
True. Well, speaking of NBA, I'm currently looking at flights to China because that's apparently where a good friend of Jace's, Dylan Brooks, will be ending up.
The Guangdong Tigers!
Guangdong Tigers. Ni hao! Ni hao!
Yeah, in case you probably don't know, it was reported earlier today that the Grizzlies are not planning on re-signing Dylan Brooks after this season.
To be completely honest, does not come as a surprise to I don't think anybody.
He poked the bear and, he awoke it.
Yeah.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, what did he poke?
LeBron James.
He went and called LeBron James old before facing him in a playoff series. You don't do that. You just don't. You don't.
And then he went against his word, and even after LeBron made him eat that 40 that he asked him to eat, he still didn't respect him. Still kept talking.
He
and
folded.
then he even said he was proud. He was going to stand by what he said before that, even after they lost. Both games.
Oh, yeah.
That is insane.
You know what I'll stand by? And playing in China next year.
But okay,
He's going to be
people
there with
argue
Dwight
that he should
Howard.
play in China. People argue that he should play in China, but he is a 3-and-D kind of player, averaging 14 on all right shooting splits. His shooting splits aren't anything great. They're not bad though. Realistically,
His shooting splits are mediocre, to say the least.
if he is staying in the league, what are some good fits for him? Because, do you see him on more of a rebuilding team, or do you think a playoff team that's kind of close, like, hey, the Cavs maybe?
That's what I was probably just about
Do
to
you
say.
think
I'd say
they take the risk on him, or is a rebuilding team just going to pick him up and try to move him for more assets?
I don't know.
what's
I mean, you
happening
could
there?
possibly look at a team maybe like Charlotte looking to pick him up, or a team like Brooklyn who needs something, or like you said, even the Cavs.
Yeah.
Minnesota's a good shout.
Minnesota, Los Angeles Clippers. I think there is a good
Seattle Sonics.
They definitely need him.
Yeah.
Do you think it's worth all of the entourage of media that's coming with him, all the backlash that team is facing?
I think that's what's
No.
doing to like a lot of people, because I feel like, well, trash talk has always been there, but I feel like now it's more like, like out there, like you can see.
See, I am all about trash talk,
But you got.
but if you gonna talk it right,
Yeah.
back it up. You can't go tell LeBron to drop 40 points and then shoot
And they-
0 for 4 from beyond the arc.
All right, he kind of is the joke of the league at this point.
Like he was
Yeah.
legit just asking for it. at
Yeah.
that point.
I think he's trying a little too hard to fit the villain role too.
Yeah,
I think the
100%,
villain
yeah.
role.
will
It's
always and forever
it's
be
something that-
Draymond Green,
It's something that you have to
Yes.
grow into. In my
Marcus
opinion,
Smart.
you can't try.
Marcus
to-
Smart,
Marcus Smart isn't a villain, and if that man is a villain, then he for sure
Pat
backs it up. He
Pat
locks
Beverly.
up your favorite point guard on a
Oh, yeah.
nightly, on
Pat
a
Beverly.
night-to-night basis.
That is a
Beverly,
villain.
He backs
Oh,
it
yeah.
up.
And the
KD.
teams are not scared to take a
KD.
shot on Patrick Beverly. And I think
No.
it says a lot. A lot of people are making these Dylan Brooks to China jokes. Funny, haha. But the Timberwolves took a shot on Pat Bev, trash talker of the league. He's on the Bulls
The
now.
Lakers also
Yeah.
took a shot on Pat Bev.
Those teams.
They
They also
no
took
doubt.
a
If you
shot.
can
They
back
also
it
took a
up
shot
on
on
the
Lance
court.
Stevenson.
Hey,
Lance Stevenson can back it up too.
Oh yeah, I mean, you definitely have your people that have made a lot bigger of an impact on the game with the trash talk that they're putting out there than Dylan Brooks, and for that reason, I don't think the baggage that he comes with is worth it.
Yeah.
But he does bring media coverage to any team he goes to, and I don't mean like
it's
Yeah, because he
vast-
dresses up like
national.
Stone
Yeah,
Cold Steve
But
Austin.
people say all publicity is good publicity, but when it is being directed at you in a negative sense, I don't
I think in the league
that will
Yeah.
still
it's not a
get
good
people
environment.
to
Yeah.
your games though.
No, it won't.
But what are his
I just
ticket
think on
sales
a-
looking like?
I don't think we need to look at ticket sales.
I feel
to
like
say that.
I mean jersey sales. I feel like
Dylan
his
Brooks-
jersey sales went up
Dylan
after
Brooks
he shit talked
will not sell
LeBron
you
James.
tickets. Alex.
No.
Dylan Brooks does not sell you.
If I
tickets,
go
doesn't
to a
take it.
Grizzlies game and I see John Morant is not playing, I am not going. I'd have to be a diehard Grizzlies fan.
And that's crazy considering they have the Defensive Player of the Year in Jaren Jackson Jr. So
Still, is
let's talk about the NBA.
Actually,
awards.
real quick,
Let's
before
talk about
we
NBA
go
awards.
into that, I just want to say, with that Memphis Grizzlies team that we saw this year, with some of the antics that we saw from Ja, from other teammates, do you think that plays a role in how Dylan Brooks is taking, like how he is coming across the trash talking aspect of the game? Do you think that is a bigger thing to him, because that is what the Grizzlies blew up on this season?
I think that it just it builds off of it. Like one thing is leading to the next. I think that is the whole thing of the Grizzlies this year. You remember last year, the Grizzlies were one of the most likable teams in the NBA.
Mhm.
They're one of the most watchable too. John Morant, explosive young point guard.
One of the most fun point
You know,
guards to watch
They
play.
were a scrappy, but like a team that you could root
Entertaining.
for.
Mhm.
It was someone the whole league could root for. And then Ja starts getting in controversy. Dylan Brooks, Desmond Bain has had his fair share
Oh, yeah.
of it too.
Their starting five has had their fair share of.
Jaron Jackson
Public
Jr. There was
events.
that whole
Yep.
box
Yep.
score cheating allegations.
Yeah.
I think they dug themselves into something. They were overconfident during the season. They dug themselves,
The parade
molded
was-
themselves.
Hey,
into
but
something
parade
that
was
they
not
couldn't
in
live
the
up
city.
to.
but it's still a parade. It's our city. Yeah.
Is it though?
There's
It's
not
a
a
parade in
parade.
Cancun.
Actually, a video of Dylan Brooks the day after they
I
got
believe that was
eliminated
fake. That was fake.
came
That was
out. Fake or not, looked like him in Cancun talking to some females.
Attractive.
Hmm?
I haven't seen this.
fake. Nah, it was fake.
It
It was
probably
fake.
was,
But moving on,
What
let's
was it?
talk Lakers, Warriors, and LeBron versus Curry. One last ride.
yeah. Well, so as you guys are seeing this, that game is
Over.
Yeah, that game will be over. But
I think this is going to come out on the day of game 2. So
yeah, but with
it's
that being
53,
said,
it's
LeBron
53,
and Curry have had, I'd say, probably the biggest and most influential matchup in finals history other than Magic and Bird.
Recent history.
Yeah, you can't tell me a matchup that is better than LeBron and Curry that tops Magic and Bird. I don't think because even during the whole Miami Heat era in the championship, that was LeBron James.
Yeah.
Still, that was LeBron James versus Dirk versus Tim Duncan versus
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard. But there was never a set matchup that he had.
who's this a bigger legacy game for? If whoever gets bounced here, who do you think gets more dirt on their legacy, LeBron or Curry?
Probably
LeBron. I think because
every time the GOAT debate always gets brought up, Curry's
MJ
name also
yep.
always gets brought up.
So if Curry wins this matchup, does he shoot up in the GOAT debate, or does
I don't
he have to
think-
win
I don't
the
think
ring?
he would shoot up. I think it would just.
I
I think it would just be
depends-
another form of fuel for people to use.
Yeah.
Against LeBron.
And even
Yeah,
if
against LeBron,
I
against-
think it depends on how LeBron plays in the season or in the series.
Yeah.
If he goes out and putting 50 up on Golden State's head 2-3 games, I don't think there is a reason to say that Curry is any better, even if they win.
I'm looking at it now. Curry has a 15-7 record against LeBron. That's kryptonite.
Wow.
It's kryptonite.
Mhm.
But I think that if LeBron pulls this off, I think the Lakers don't even have to go win it all. I think LeBron genuinely cements himself as the GOAT. If you're stopping this, I wouldn't say it's prime Curry. This is damn near prime
Mhm.
Curry though.
Yeah.
He's playing his ass off right
Oh, yeah.
now. He just dropped his playoff career high.
And
against
LeBron's
a very solid Kings team in Sacramento. He went into that environment.
They did not like
Dropped
the
some-
50.
But also somehow coming off of one of his so-called worst shooting seasons last year,
Yeah.
still somehow managed to have one of his best
he locks
seasons.
in when it's time.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes playoff time, I'm not even worried anymore.
I mean,
when it comes to Curry.
I genuinely think maybe we should go around and give our predictions for the series and whatever. You want to start down there?
See, you asked me earlier, and I was thinking about it, but I may have to think Warriors in 7.
Warriors in 7.
Yeah.
Why Warriors in 7?
I don't know. Like Gee said, Curry's just his kryptonite. And I know it's not the same Warriors team, but it's just also what Gee said. Curry's different when it locks in for the
Mhm.
series.
I personally believe that the Lakers will win it in 6, and I think if it goes anything past 6, it is the Warriors series to win, as they have the home court advantage. Home court advantage, you cannot underestimate how big of a role it plays in the
Yeah.
playoffs, dude. Once that arena gets rocking, wherever it is, if it's the playoffs and you're at home, you instantly have that advantage, And I think if the Warriors can use that, it's just a series of who takes the home court advantage.
Yeah.
So whatever team gets the home court advantage, I think wins that series. But I think if the Lakers play like they played against the Grizzlies, I think you got Vanderbilt cooking. You got Vanderbilt clamping up. You got Austin Reeves shooting his ass off. You got Anthony Davis playing like he was back in New Orleans.
You got Anthony Davis not damaged.
Not damaged, right. That is crucial. If AD gets injured, it's wraps for the Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
But the Lakers are all hooping their ass off. And I really think the Lakers are the best team in the league right now after the deadline. With D'Lo especially.
Agreed.
D'Lo has been making such
they're-
an impact.
Their deadline move.
After the deadline, I genuinely would not want to see the Lakers. Anyone that is in their way, tread lightly, seriously.
agreed.
So I do think Lakers in 6, but it does come down to home court advantage and taking advantage of it.
I think I'm going to make a pretty ballsy statement. Warriors in 5.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Do you have any reason to back that up?
Instinct.
Okay. I'll get you.
That's not boy good.
I'll say this.
And if I'm right here, it's on TikTok.
It won't be on TikTok.
Yeah, I won't be able to. I don't know why you said that. That wasn't an I him moment. by the
But
way.
But watch it be.
I will say I do believe Lakers in 7. I think I'm just kind of to prove my point a little, piggyback off what you said. You were talking about how the home court advantage is going to be in Golden State. I know I'm talking. The home court advantage is going to be in Golden State, yes. But we have seen LeBron and the 2016 Cavs come back from a 3-1 deficit and win that Game 7 on the road at Oracle.
But that team was something else.
That team was something else, but you know who that team was led by?
LeBron
James, who will be back in Oracle for Game 7 if it gets to that.
Does LeBron still have it like that, though?
I guess we'll have to see.
Does he have one more in him? That's the real question.
Like, what's this, 6 years
Guess
later?
we'll have to see. We'll see if Savannah's doing her job at home.
All right, we're going to cut it off at that. Okay. Next topic. Let's talk Celtics-Sixers and James Harden showing what he was like in Houston again, giving us a blast in the past, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What do we think, Shane?
I have not been paying attention.
So just so you know, Harden dropped, was it 42?
He dropped 45,
45.
on Monday night against Boston.
Oh my gosh.
He dropped 45 points on 56% shooting, 50% from 3.
That is magic.
6 assists. That's honestly about the only other stat he had other than
50
points.
from 3, 72 for 3,
Yeah.
and field
But if he
goal.
can keep it up, looks like he
Yeah,
won't be a
I-
bust.
Oh no, we've seen him do it.
Just like in
in Houston.
Just like Guy said, we saw Houston James Harden, which was, if we all are forgetting, top an MVP race, an All-Star consecutive years, consistently leading the Houston Rockets to the playoffs.
Wait, were you talking about 2018?
Hmm?
You talking
Every
about
year he was in Houston.
Every year
that
he was in
man led
Houston,
them
he
to the
put
playoffs.
on production, and it does not show.
And they always said, "Oh, it's empty stats. It's empty stats." They always get bounced in the playoffs. They just beat the number 2 seed
Yeah.
Celtics. If they went all the way through, the Celtics are the highest seeded. They would get home court advantage in every series. So they're basically the highest ranked team left in the playoffs.
Jeez.
And they just Harden went into TD Garden and shut all those Celtics fans up.
I hate Celtics fans with a passion.
And I mean,
Me too, man.
and just looking at
I hate
James
Philly fans,
Harden's
too.
stats against Boston throughout
I
the
hate
season.
Curry fans. I hate Celtics fans.
James Harden's stats throughout Boston this season, he's averaging 29 points per game alone.
I mean, you also have to think though. Were those with Embiid? Because Embiid was out.
Embiid was out for a very
He was out last night.
Yeah.
Embiid did not play last night.
Yes, and yes, it'll be a little bit different. But you're coming off of a hot James Harden that put up 45 points. I think you're putting a little bit more trust in him than
If
you
you're
would
Doc
on the usual
Rivers
night.
though, when Embiid comes back, what are you gonna do?
You feed Embiid the ball.
You're gonna stop what's working and what's hot right now?
No. You feed Embiid the ball, that stops working. You go back to what's hot.
I don't watch a lot of the 76ers, but when I do, their point guard, in a way, is Joel Embiid. They run their offense through Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Would you keep doing that, or are you gonna have Joel off the ball and
Listen,
off the
I'd
ball
say
and
maybe
run?
you go in and start the game, play Joel off the ball, see how Boston comes out and plays Embiid. I think you make that decision game time. If Boston is coming out and they're tossing 2 up top to immediately play Harden and are just leaving 1 down low on Embiid, I think obviously you're going to feed the ball to Embiid. If Boston comes out with 2 down there on Embiid and just 1, if that, even if it's a zone up top, you're going to try and work your offense more through the perimeter and then maybe inside, but then take it for a kick back out and look for an open 3.
I kind of agree with that. I think they'll start off the game the way they were playing in game 1. But I myself, I'm not a hater really, but I don't believe that Harden will have the same type of shooting night. To shoot 50% from 3 on however many threes he took. I know he
14.
took 14, yeah. To shoot 7 for 14, man, I don't think he can replicate that. Not in the TD Garden. It's going to be loud.
Mhm.
Celtics fans get loud.
Oh yeah.
Especially when they're down by 1.
Hey,
drunk.
he has never experienced playoff Boston. Because from him being on the West in Houston and before, he was playing in Oracle and whatever else is on the West. He has never experienced the Garden. The Garden gets loud.
But who knows? The pressure might honestly be better for him.
Yeah.
Because you know what they say?
You never know.
I mean, in
Cole-
the past, it really hasn't. In the past,
No.
he's folded under pressure against the...
He could be changing, though, because, I mean, he's been ruled
Hey.
for a couple of years, but he's
Hey.
coming back.
The pressure builds diamonds.
That's what I was trying to say, but you guys kept
I
talking
know.
over me.
I
Fuckers.
took your quote.
All right. Next topic. I think we're going to switch up sports here. We covered the NBA pretty well. What do we think about the Messi suspension, though? Messi, for those of you who don't know, Messi is...
The best
his-
player to ever step foot on a pitch.
He is on an expiring contract. It's gonna expire in this summer, and
he's already been very vocal about him wanting to leave.
he's not gonna go back to PSG. The PSG experiment failed, succeeded in a way.
But with him already saying he wanted to leave, he decided to go out and take a visit to a Saudi club without the knowledge or permission of the PSG club of his
staff.
current team. Yeah. And so that puts him out for 2 weeks.
I think that's bull.
I think it's a little.
I think that's come from pettiness.
Yeah.
Because they just mad that he's not going to re-sign.
Because
we all know if he was willing to re-sign, this is just speaking from like a human point. If he was willing to like stay and re-sign and everything, they would have like not cared. This wouldn't even be on the news. They would not have cared.
He really didn't go on a vacation though. Messi is usually a class act. He's a guy that you want on your team. He's not the type of guy who just does this kind of stuff, which is why the headline kind of surprised me. But you also got to think PSG they've been throwing a bag at him. He hasn't been wanting. He obviously doesn't want to go back to Paris.
I mean,
you can't blame him for going to Saudi Arabia.
So
but why couldn't he just alert the club?
So that's what I was just about. I was thinking about that. So if you think, well, this isn't like Messi. He has not really gone out of line like this throughout his entire career before. But with that being said, maybe he has talked to the club about it, and they didn't want him to go. And maybe that's why he's now sitting out for the next 2 weeks, because the owner of PSG, and I'm not a big soccer guy, but I don't know who that is, but the owner of PSG would not let him go.
And I don't think this came from the owner. I think it was the board that did this. But I think, personally, this suspension is completely warranted, by the way. I think what Messi did was wrong. You might not have that much respect for the board, your coach, whatever circumstances. It's not right mid-season. Your team's in a title push. They're going to win the title. PSG are going to win the title.
Do they even have any competition in the league?
No, they
don't. Not one bit.
They're going to win the title, but it's disrespectful. That's a team environment that you're just completely messing up for your own sake, for your own money. It's not right. He could have waited. And if I'm PSG, I'm shutting him down for the season. For the season. The season's almost over anyways.
Fucking Brazilians,
it's more of a moral thing. They are a club loaded with stars. You got Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, Verratti, Marquinhos, all of those guys, and all of those players that PSG may sign eventually, they're going to look at what Messi did and be like, oh, they didn't punish him. That's a tap on the shoulder for him.
No. They're going to be like, what forced the greatest player to step on the field to leave?
That PSG environment
is toxic.
It's toxic.
It's hateful. I would not want to be in that club. I would leave that club instantly. I do not understand why he signed there.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest. I would not respect that management.
Money.
It has been more than clear that the PSG experiment that he has tried has not worked. It has not worked since he got there.
Yeah, I would say it was a failure in a way. I think they got their jersey sales and they got
100%.
They got their exposure. They made a statement. They
can
bring anybody they want.
PSG's marketing, great job.
But when you can't win the Champions League, you can win the French League. Congrats. I think anybody can go in win the Champions League if you have the budget that PSG has. But the Champions League is what they've consistently struggled to do well in and to win. And when you bring in the best player of all time and you are having these problems a few months before his contract expires, that is a horrible look for both the club and for Messi. Nobody wins in this situation. Selfish act by Messi. And the club just doesn't. The suspension, if you're going to tap him on the shoulder like that, just go all out. I don't know. They are they're showing a message and sending a message to their players and fans that they're a soft club and they will not do what it takes to win and make an environment in which the players know they will be punished.
Okay, let's say they did suspend him for the season. That just gives him a vacation before
Unpaid.
he
I wouldn't. That's is
his contract.
More times to visit more clubs in Saudi Arabia. Shit, he can hit Dubai as well while he's at it.
Yes,
he'd have a good time with his wife and kids.
Listen. But as a team, shutting down the best player of all time, arguably the best player of all time, as a club,
the best player.
How does that look? Now you can come out and say Messi has been suspended indefinitely, which doesn't put an end date on his suspension. which would sound a lot more professional, and which wouldn't get the club completely shat on by Messi's fans all over the world because Messi on $1 million backs.
Young
You
boy
can do
from
that.
Argentina.
It's exactly, and I'm not to like cross sports or whatever. It's exactly what Cleveland did with Myles Garrett. It is exactly what happened in baseball with like PED stuff. It's what originally had happened with
Trevor
Trevor Bauer, until they wrongly suspended him of the entire time, which is now the reason he's in Japan. But we'll go into that another time.
That's why.
Huh?
Or never.
I thought it was different. I thought it was a different reason.
He's washed too between us.
He's rolled.
Bauer's washed.
But he'll always be a Cleveland pitcher in my heart.
Bauer's washed.
Oh yeah, him and
Okay.
that damn drone, man. Well, I think we covered Messi.
I think we covered Messi pretty well, but I think my
Speaking-
final statement on it,
Mhm.
statement I will say is that was a complete lose-lose situation. And if I'm one of those PSG stars, Neymar, like he could help a lot of teams out right now.
Look to capitalize
He
off this.
can prove himself in the
Oh,
Prem
yeah.
too. Can finally do it. All those people that
Yeah,
say
oh,
he
yeah.
couldn't do it in the Prem. I think now is the time to jump ship.
So you want him to go to
Agreed.
Chelsea is what I'm hearing.
Shoot, I would take.
I mean, being Brazilian and a Chelsea fan, I think that's obviously what he's saying.
And I'm talking about the trade.
I know
there were
a lot-
trade talks earlier in the season about Neymar going to.
Trade-
No. There were rumors of them having talks. There wasn't
That's
like
trade talks.
No.
That's trade talks.
Trade. You're using American sports
Yes.
terminology. That is the stuff that most pisses me off. They were potentially talking about Neymar transferring to Chelsea, but I think the talks fell through. I think Manchester United is probably the most realistic option for Neymar, but we'll discuss Neymar landing spots probably closer to the summer when the rumors start heating up again.
Yes.
But the PSG season's in full swing, which is again why Messi and PSG both messed up.
Do you think if Neymar tries to jump ship to the Premier League
Mbappe's
or
going to.
La Liga, I was just about to say, do you
Send
think
Mbappe to
Mbappe
Real.
is looking to leave?
Send Mbappe to Real. Get money while you can. Mbappe will leave at the end of his contract, and I know he just signed another 5-year deal with PSG. Where he basically runs the club.
But
I would jump ship. It's more about legacy.
Yeah.
I know that the money, all these young guys, they love them.
Mhm.
PSG's paying them more than they can
Who
spend
does-
in
who
their
doesn't love
lifetime.
money?
But as Mbappe, you really can cement yourself as one of the best of all time,
as
if not
the best. Yeah.
if not the best. So I'm jumping
Don't
ship if I'm
disagree
Mbappe.
there.
Obviously, it's easier said than done, and there's a lot of intangibles and stuff that we don't know probably as
Yes.
fans. But if I'm Mbappe, I'm taking a little. It's not even. It wouldn't be that much of a pay cut, most likely, to go to Real Madrid.
Mm-mm.
But Real Madrid is where the best players of all time have played.
Ooh, but they've also ruined players with the most potential.
I wouldn't say potential, but there's a lot of players that go to Real Madrid to like extend their careers
And get killed.
and,
die off.
They die off on the bench. Yep,
Yeah.
they're wrong.
Yeah,
Young.
Hazard.
But you can't
They
tell me that
ruined him.
you cannot tell me that Mbappe would go to Real and get sat on the bench.
No.
I think that it's La Liga is a different challenge, and I'm not saying
La
Mbappe
Liga
couldn't
is a
do-
different challenge.
I'm not
Yes.
saying he couldn't do it, but we've seen a lot of players that did it in other leagues, the Prem, Italy, and
Mhm.
they can't do it at Real. It's too much pressure.
Yeah.
Those fans are demanding, man.
Yeah,
But
but
those fans want a lot out of their guys.
Oh yeah.
That's why it's so hard.
But
to,
here, I think we should talk
solidify a
about
spot
how
in the starting 11.
they destroyed James Rodriguez.
James Rodriguez, and I don't think they destroyed them. I think
American shit.
James Rodriguez was a 1 or 2 season wonder. But
Yeah,
we're not.
He had his World Cup and that was about it.
'Cause they
Okay.
ruined him.
I think we covered the Messi thing. I think a very good piggyback off of this would be
The youngest player in
the
Barcelona
FIFA name
history.
change.
Oh yeah.
I don't think the FIFA name change is that big of a deal. I mean,
I think
hopefully
people.
hopefully they'll keep the game the same. I mean, I think FIFA's due for a lot of changes. Me
I
as a
think-
Ultimate
I think
Team
it needs
player.
one,
I
yeah.
think people care a lot because it's like an end of an era in a way. Because like people are just, I don't play FIFA like that. Me, I might not be speaking for you when I say this, but maybe just like people care so much about the FIFA name itself. It's just.
I mean, the name's
like,
big.
I mean, hopefully they don't lose the partnering rights because Pez tries to steal.
Oh
some
yeah,
of the
Pez
team
will
names.
always try and one
And
up
if
them.
it turns into like a half and half kind of thing where one game has this many of the teams
Yeah.
and the other has this many, it's just no one wins in that.
I mean, and that
scenario.
happened with Madden and the NFL, and that happened with like WWE as well in 2K, and because Vince McMahon didn't like how 2K was producing a game, so he made
Oh,
his own game,
yeah.
and there were people on certain contracts and on others, and it was a whole thing.
Yeah, so I think as long as the teams keep their current contracts with EA and the EA doesn't keep making their game more pay to win,
Yeah.
and they just, understand that they have a genuine fan base, and as the number one soccer video game for everybody, they should do what's best for the people. I think that they have big shoes to fill, but I think it wouldn't be hard to fill them. So as long as they don't drastically make some money hungry moves.
Yeah, I think that really is the only big change that could happen.
I mean, I think again at the end of the day, all these sport games are just like a copy and paste. So I don't feel like this might be like.
I think this is exciting in a way, though.
It could
maybe away from the copy paste thing.
It can maybe introduce new things because WWE took a break after 2K.
I'm not sure they're using a different engine. If that's
okay, yeah,
I'm not sure.
2K20 took a big break because that game did terrible. Took a whole year off, dropped like Battle or something. I forgot what it was called. And then came back, made WWE 2K22, had new moves, new inputs,
which was a great game,
but still has some issues. But after comparing it to 2K20 and how terrible it was such a. And then 23 recently.
23 has gone downhill.
I want to say downhill.
I think the animations and the graphics are better than 22, but majority of online matches you get kicked out of because the servers crash halfway through.
Every game right now has shitty servers at the moment.
But this has been a problem that has gone on since the game came out.
Well, the game is still relatively new in a way, but like the animations, they added new moves, animations. Yeah. It's sick.
No, right. I'm not saying
you got a literal move where a dude is jumping off of the rope, doing like a little somersault, and then hitting a dude with an RKO.
I'm not discrediting the game by any means. I'm just saying I think it went a little bit downhill from last year. I think 2K22 was a very good comeback they had. I think they killed 22.
I think 22 was a good comeback game, but 23...
I don't think this one ups it.
I think it does.
All right, while we're on the topic of 2K, NBA 2K, what are we changing next year to get those players back in the park?
What are we changing? Everything. Scrap everything. I think I genuinely think it should be simple. Like, I don't know.
Stop making the playground so big. That's my biggest problem.
It needs to be simplified again.
It's such a complicated way to try to get games.
And 3 twos courts is all you need. Maybe 2 twos courts.
Yeah.
Running those twos courts is so fun. Once you get a good streak.
Also, a huge part of this. The storyline and the quests to play the game this year was horrible. It is the main reason why I did not
felt like
play.
I was playing more of an RP than an actual sports game.
We talk about how much they increased the amount of money that you need to spend, amount of money and VC to max out a build to 85 every year.
Yes. And the other thing I also hate that 2K is also doing, and I think EA too, what they'll do is they'll try to make a pack, so you'll buy the current edition and then the new edition. Yep. Increase the price. Won't let you buy the new edition
just
game.
The one you need.
Yeah. Just the one you need by itself. No, you got to pay extra like 10 just to get both when you're just gonna play one. That's what they did with WWE. That's what they did with 2K.
That's right. That has happened with almost every single game that has a next gen and a current gen version. They all get bundled into one.
Annoying.
I do think with 2K, I think. Once again, like he said, make the park a lot smaller because...
Make the park smaller. Stop adding unnecessary quests. I do not care about Ronnie 2K.
The rewards.
So many Ronnie 2K quests. That was so annoying.
Get rid of... That's true. I don't know.
I think you revert shooting back to like...
Easy. Stop changing the shooting meters.
Yeah,
get rid of bursts, but... I understand.
The dribble bursts were so
stupid,
annoying.
Increase stamina.
I'm gonna nerd out real quick here, but when I am trying to combo up at the top of the key, the last thing I want to pay attention to is those little 3 bars under me, which will literally prevent me from doing a dribble move or slow me down. If I am playing a basketball video game, I don't want to play in a park for realism. There's volcanoes in the damn background, but you're more worried about me running out of fucking breath because my guy has asthma? Seriously?
I can see where they added it though. I think that was funny. There's a damn volcano behind me. What are you worried about if I do out of breath or not?
There was also random like places where you'd be running, like in like the area in like the East Side Nights or whatever, like in your park. There'd be random places where you'd running and you couldn't run through. It was like there was like this
Yeah.
invisible barrier or rock or something, and it
Like a bush. I hate.
Man, I'd get tilted.
It's just like that in GTA.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Like
what's
some
the-
bushes you can walk through, but others you just get stopped right at. It's the worst thing.
No, but I can see.
I think that they should go back. If they are going to go back to any 2K, I wouldn't say it's 2K17 gameplay.
2K16.
2K17, in my opinion, best 2K of all time.
Oh,
16.
100%.
Not gameplay wise though.
Mm-mm.
The gameplay, a lot of people tend to forget that it was very glitchy.
Very
And it was
glitchy.
all the combos that these people are still complaining about to this day.
Mhm.
All those cheesy spam dribble tutorials. They were still a thing, and people complained about it at the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
I think it's a lot of a nostalgia thing. I think if gameplay wise, they hit a really good spot. 2K22 current gen.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I agree with that. Because genuinely, 2K22, the release of 2K22 is some of the most fun I have ever had on 2K.
Genuinely, and the end of the
Yeah.
year too,
Yeah.
when we came back to
When
it
we-
for
yeah.
a little bit.
It was a fun 2K because the gameplay was smooth. It wasn't. Yes, we were on a fucking yacht in the middle of the Pacific, Atlantic,
But that doesn't
whatever.
matter. It was
Yeah,
6 courts
but
and a
it-
few
exactly.
twos
It
courts.
was
That's
simple.
all we need.
It was simple. It worked. We were able to at least find 1 or 2 games on every park at all
Yeah.
times, and it was nice.
Now, like 2K23, you gotta wait like a whole damn like 10 minutes, and then for 22, it was like what? Not even that long.
yeah,
I don't know. What,
I also think
I think why they added those bursts that Guy hates so much, because that everybody just keeps complaining that it's not like oh, where's the realism of it? And then they actually add realism, and it's like, what's this? So
I think there is other ways to add realism, like because you have to find a easy medium between where we were in 2K22, where you could just speed boost left and right and have all these dribble crossovers and hezzy steps and curry slides and whatever, to where in 23, yeah, you still have that, but you can't do it as much. I think you need to find a simple medium. Maybe, how about take the speed boost out the damn game?
yeah.
Leave every other dribble move in there normal. Take the speed boost
comes
out.
with those dribble moves. So there's always going to be those momentum dribble moves.
Yeah.
Where they took out the left-right stuff midway through the year, and I loved it. I mean, it nerfed me completely. I was
good though.
left-right
That was
merchant.
good. That was great.
That was
They
good.
took it
I
out. Yeah.
learned my way around it though, and people just found other ways to speed boost, and
Yeah.
I think speed boosting is always going to be part of the game. There's not been a 2K that I remember that just didn't have speed boost. I think it's hard to take out speed boost as a whole, but I think that maybe taking out some of those glitchy dribble moves, that maybe not allowing people to combo up specific dribble moves could be a good fix to dribbling
Mhm.
and cheesy spam moves in the stage.
Oh, like you're saying, like put a thing to where like they can't go to like they can't
Maybe
do like
you don't
this like
cross. They put a limit. You can only cross twice before you have to move.
Yeah.
I think they should kind of like that as well, but I think they should put it into where you can't like if there is a speed boost combo to some nasty ass cross back over or whatever, you shouldn't be able to combo those together. Like there should be stuff that you can put together as a combo, but then there should be stuff that can't get comboed, kind of like UFC.
yeah.
How if you don't do the combo right, it won't go.
And if you keep spamming kicks back and forth, stamina
Yep.
smushes you.
So what
UFC got the realism.
Oh yeah.
though.
What I'm-
It kind of, because it's really annoying how, like, I'll go for a leg kick. Dude could easily miss it.
if he gets the leg kick off quicker?
No,
you're like-
not that's what I'm talking about. He gets his foot back, the leg that was up, he gets it back down. Dude goes for a body shot,
Mm-hmm.
acting like
It
he
stops
just
your animation.
yeah,
Is that what-
acts like a
Yeah,
dude
yeah,
just
yeah,
hit like
yeah,
a
yeah,
liver,
yeah.
and it's like your health bar for body specifically
yeah.
just went just. It's
So
annoying.
I think what we can conclude on for this 2K topic is that fix the dribbling a little bit.
Yeah.
Patch it up a little bit.
get
don't-
rid of
fix
the
the cheesy combos. Make the shooting more consistent. You don't need to change much. Just make it more consistent.
Stop
Those
changing the
fake
shot
greens,
meter.
Those fake greens that brick at the last second, they look like they're green. You fill the bar all the way up.
Yeah.
Get rid of those, bro.
Thank you,
If I
yes.
green the shot, I green the damn shot. And then
Yeah.
the last
Let me
thing
make
is-
a few whites.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is make the parks smaller. We don't need all that big park stuff, the My City stuff. It's just annoying. You can put all the stores on a separate floor for those people that want to get those comp stage fits. Let them do their thing. Just it doesn't need to interfere with me getting from one place to another.
Yep. 100%. I don't think you could have said that any better.
All right, so I see Shane already wants to move on to topics. to another topic, which happens to be Met Gala outfits.
But before that, I think we should talk about the theme, which is it. I'm sorry.
You got him! You got him! Boom!
Well, the theme is I'm sorry. He just dripped gnarly smells out of his. Oh my. Okay, but the theme for the Met Gala of 2023 was in our honor of Carl.
Don't know what that means.
He's a man who died in 2019.
How many cats did he
So
have?
what? Can I?
Carl
Okay.
Langerfield.
How many
With
cats
the
do you have?
utmost respect for Carl, I don't know who this man is or what he did, but why the hell are we like giving him this theme in 2023 when he died in 2019?
I could probably ratio him on Twitter.
Probably. I mean,
Yeah.
anyone could.
Yeah, what? I mean, he's dead, so he can't like.
He's not. He
put
can't do
that
anything
nukes
about it.
out.
He's
But
gonna have to take it no matter what.
I probably
Wait,
own
pause.
him. on
Okay,
Twitter.
so he was
Wait,
a
I wanna
German.
start-
Shut up. He was a German
Ooh.
fashion designer,
and photographer.
See, I have to
director,
see him after with a
artist.
splat ball gun.
He had many siblings. He was 5'10". Don't know why the hell that matters, but
All right, well, let's move on to
We-
the
why we-
actual costumes.
Why were you
or
reading it-
outfits?
Why were you
that
reading
the
it like
people have on.
Alex?
I
Why are you
think
reading
We
it like
have
a
to
stat
start
line?
with Jared Leto's cat costume. Because
The
what
full-
was that?
We'll pop up a picture in the edit.
It
but-
looks. It looks like
Oh
I
my
took
God.
like some psychedelic. I looked at a cat and then it just grew like hind legs, just became a huge body, and then like eats me. That's what Jared Leto looks like.
It is like if Clifford the big red dog was a big gray fluffy cat
Exactly.
at the gala.
Exactly. It looks like if like Chuck E. Cheese just one day said screw it
and
then
turned
we-
realistic.
and then went to the Met Gala.
I think if we're talking about ugly fits, I think the next one we have
Whoa,
to
whoa,
go
whoa.
into is Lil Nas X.
wait. Before
my
that,
God.
He looks like
Silver
a 4-year-old.
Surfer.
He looks like a 4-year-old went crazy with the glitter gun.
I
And
mean,
you know, something I just realized also is we can talk about Lil Nas X too, but with Doja Cat, who also decided to go the cat route,
yes.
the makeup.
the makeup.
She looks like the
Oh.
Grinch.
It's
She does.
scary.
She looks like the Grinch.
No, she looks like the kid off the grid.
I just realized
Yeah,
she
yeah.
did her nose and everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
It looks
That-
like the eyebrows too.
Oh my
she
gosh.
changed facial structure.
Wait, look up.
She looks like she's from the Who.
No, but look up Diddy and Young Miami.
no.
I got a joke for look it up because I got a joke for that one.
Say it.
He looks like if Hennessy sponsored Game of Thrones.
Okay.
You gotta look
All
at
right,
it. to
but listen,
understand.
Lil Nas X.
Silver Surfer.
He looks like
I
Oh.
honestly don't even know where to start. It is
Silver Surfer.
oddly sexual for a
He always takes
award
that
show,
route,
but
I
yeah,
think.
it's a route that it's a special.
Well, I think everyone like goes that route. I promise you, one time, if I look hard enough, someone will be dressed like a condom.
Okay.
I said if I look hard enough, like through back the years, I will find someone who was dressed like a condom.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kim or Kanye did it.
Like right here, Janelle Monáe, she looks like she looks like she's in a condom. Look.
Ribbed.
okay, but I think we should talk about how Jenna Ortega looks like a child.
Straight out of the show that
Yeah,
she was
straight-
in.
Jenna Ortega looks like she is still trying to live in
Straight out of
Wednesday.
Thursday.
Yes.
It doesn't look much farther than that.
And it was a Monday actually, so I think
Yeah, that's
she got
weird.
The day wrong.
I think while we're talking about bad costume, I think we do have to point out one really good looking one, and I think that was Kendall Jenner.
Ooh,
I think Kendall Jenner showed exactly what she needed to in that.
You know what? I'm gonna give a hot take. I think Cardi B.
Cardi B looked good. She looked good. in
She
it,
did she did her
She
thing.
did her thing.
but
right.
I think
So
we're
did
looking,
Billie Eilish.
Mhm.
And
I think
while
we're
we're at it,
overlooking
A$AP
the best
Rocky.
costume.
ASAP Rocky, you know, he always comes up.
That's
with this
A$AP Rocky
outrageous
drip.
shit. That is ASAP Rocky. and
Nobody
I thi-
rocks that better than
If I
A$AP.
see anyone judging ASAP Rocky out there, I like to see you try to rock that shit.
I would rock it better than A$AP Rocky.
I don't know if you could.
You
I don't know
don't
what
know if
Rihanna
you-
was wearing. I don't know what Rihanna
Rihanna
had
looks
on.
like if you just drowned yourself in toilet paper.
Okay, guys,
wet toilet paper.
we're skipping over the best fucking outfit. Pedro Pascal.
What was that? The pant, or the
That was the
pantsuit
suit without
shorts?
no.
Yeah,
The
he was trying
pantsuit
to.
shorts?
He was trying to. Hey,
Low-key,
frick you, Pedro! You trying to copy my boy LeBron's wave,
LeBron
dude?
did
In
it better.
2018.
Hey,
LeBron did
hey.
it better.
LeBron did it way worse.
Even
way
Draymond
worse.
did it better.
Nope.
Yes.
Other way around.
No.
Kyle Kuzma did it better.
Mm-mm.
Russell Westbrook. What did Russ? Because I know his weird self went.
Let's see who else had some
I
good
think we could
outfits,
just
you know?
talk about something that was something ironic that came from some of the Met Gala outfits. Lizzo posted a picture of herself eating fast food while wearing her Met Gala outfit. You can see how she got that big.
Usher's outfit.
Usher! What about Usher?
I've met Usher.
Really?
Yep.
Was
Yeah.
he wearing something? Was he dripped out like this?
All the ice
He
got
was
him drip
about
drip.
that,
I think we should talk about Anton Mason wearing
What's that?
lingerie.
Lingerie.
That's wedding
What?
lingerie.
This is not.
That's
This is
all
this
in
is
Mason,
wedding
no?
attire. This isn't lingerie.
His chest is out.
Okay.
He has no pants.
Mine is too right now.
Okay, look at the picture and tell me what you think of what this
You know,
thing is wearing.
I don't know what the criteria is for being invited.
Serena
to the Met
Williams
Gala,
looks like a substitute
but
teacher.
Roger Federer came in, did what he needed to do. You know, it's a simple tuxedo. I think if I ever got invited to the Met Gala,
What you
I
want?
would go simple tux. route,
You
you
never
know?
know how this thing's
No.
gonna blow up.
See, I get it. Because the Met Gala,
We'll
that's,
be there in about 2 years.
Mhm.
give me a year. See, like the thing with Met Gala, everybody goes crazy. You're going the simple route. You'd probably wear like
I think I'd
shirts,
wear probably something country.
probably what you're wearing right now,
I'd
but
probably
like
wear something country.
jorts, like a cutoff flannel,
Oh, I'd wear some. I'd rock.
and a
some
cowboy
shorts.
hat,
Yeah.
and then like some white Air Force Ones.
No, I'd put at least boots. or
Alex, you
something.
probably wear like a robe. Like,
Oh
he-
yeah, he'd come for he.
and then like some anime shirt.
No.
Me,
And
I'm going to
listen,
dress
listen,
I
like
just
I
be
am
wearing a robe.
Batman.
Listen,
I
I'm going-
like what Stormzy has going.
I'm
on.
going to
I
say
like what
this.
Stormzy has
Yeah,
going
Stormzy
on.
look clean, yeah. Stormzy, I
He
like
put
the
on-
blue and the black, but I will say this: Alec, he will go looking like Hugh Hefner, and that is not because of anything going on up here. It is because he has a Hugh Hefner robe.
I will be legit dressed as if Batman, a Power Ranger, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Spider-Man all just fused
Yes.
costumes.
He
all
will
black.
look like a geek.
Give me a Donda mask while, because can't let them know who it is under the mask.
They really about to think it's Kanye.
They gonna think it's Kanye, but it's really not. It's gonna be me.
Okay, but can we talk about how many pregnant people there were at the Met Gala?
There are pregnant people.
Really?
at the Met
Yes.
Gala?
So many of the people were pregnant this year.
Didn't see.
Well, I think that's just.
There are
Life.
at least 3.
I think that's just life.
No, there's
really-
not usually this much.
Can't really. Oh my gosh, Rihanna.
And just real quick, I gotta see what my beautiful
Who's-
girlfriend wore to the Met Gala.
Who?
Margaret Robbie.
She was kind of
Was she
average.
there?
It looks
had a
very-
basic
it-
fit.
Genuinely, I love this
It did not
woman,
pop.
but it is just a black dress with a
Alex.
little.
It
with
did not pop. It was a
It's a
basic
black
fit.
dress with a corset cut out. That's all it is.
That's what most people wore.
Yeah, it's nothing special, but she looks
I think-
amazing. She's
I
rocking
think
it.
it's time to transition from the Met Gala. And real quick,
Wait,
I wanna touch
Before that, I'm sorry, but Harvey Guillotine, or however the heck you say his last name, wore a
Hello.
dress. A pink dress with flowers on it.
Who?
I would love for you guys to see this.
Wait, what's his name?
That is a Sussy Baka suit. Show this.
Here, just pass it
We'll
around.
pop the picture up on the.
Picture's right there.
statement.
That is a statement.
It's a little Sussy
I'm
Baka
sorry.
shirt.
I know we're gonna move on, but
Maybe
I just
take
had to
him out
bring
the
this up.
kitchen. Maybe don't let him cook next time.
Yeah,
No
that was a little-
cooking. No cooking.
No
Who
seasoning.
gave him the ingredients? So
Bo Burn my
wife.
dinner.
He didn't use ingredients. He used whatever I had
My
on
bad.
his own.
His husband gave him the ingredients. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, okay,
Let's
Alex.
touch on
Okay.
the new music dropping really quick this Friday. It's kind of a quiet Friday, but unless you're opium like me and Shane, we got new Destroy. We got some new Destroy Lonely coming up for us. How do we feel about Destroy Lonely, Shane? We'll just touch on this for a quick minute or two. But how do we feel about Lone?
Man, this opium label is just something special.
They keep
No.
doing it,
They
man.
just
How do they
keep-
always do
They
it?
keep, just producing just hits. You got the new Homicide Gang out, which I know is in hot water, but I did tune into a few songs. I like what I was hearing. Apparently, they used the Taylor Swift face for an album cover. It was actually really weird. You got people like Ken Carson, who Extended was amazing. Let's just keep it at
I
that.
do think so.
Extend, and then the two EPs he dropped.
I'm just gonna butt in a little bit. Destroy Lonely, I think it had a very big 2022 in early 2023 with Rolling Loud. He crushed his Rolling Loud performance.
Amazing.
So
I wish I was
why?
there.
So why then is the only feature on his new album Ken Carson?
Because I think they just
purposely
like
did
that.
Because
Yeah.
Opium's kind of.
What
a
does
label where-
opium mean? I think we should go back to that.
Playboy Cardi has
Yes,
a record label.
record label,
named
yes.
Opium. Signed
So-
a few guys.
So
They all make the same kind
All
of style
time-
of music.
They do,
Some,
yeah.
some tiny names,
And I
Ken
just think
Carson.
that Lone is not at a point where he wants to, adapt to others. kind
but
of
you
music
think
or
he'd at
have-
least possibly branch out to the head of his label, Playboy Cardi.
Cardi does not. Cardi's cooking something.
Yeah.
I might
Oh,
be
he's got to be
delusional.
cooking. You
And
know
I
he is.
think-
I've
and
heard.
Cardi has stuff
I've
in the
heard
vault.
the recent leaks. He's
He's
cooking
got
something.
stuff
Oh
in the
yeah.
vault,
But I
man,
think-
and I cannot wait
Yes.
till it
I think
comes
if
out.
anyone were to take over Opium, I don't think it would be Lone. It would be Carson.
Oh, we can't get into this right now.
We'll
but
do.
I
We'll
think
say that for another
would
day.
be
Destroy
Carson.
Lonely is currently
Nah.
the most influential person in Opium, other than Cardi himself.
I think.
And
it's
I
Carson.
think Lone is creeping up on that. Cardi needs.
I mean,
to
we'll
drop
see.
Something.
We'll see.
Yeah, Cardi. He has
Cardi
to
was
drop.
in hot water with that
Yeah.
situation where he got arrested.
Yep.
Not many people are talking about Cardi recently. He has his hits. He
Yeah,
has-
if he's not gonna put out an album, at least drop a single or two.
All he does every year now is show up to a few festivals.
That's it.
Do the
mask
same
up. You don't
songs.
even know if it's him. You do not even know if it's him half the time.
Hey,
He'll have a mask
but I
on.
will say this: his sets are always elite.
Amazing.
Elite.
Spectacular.
Best live
Yeah.
artist I have ever seen
Yeah.
is Playboy Cardi. Genuinely changed my life. No glaze and stuff here.
You are doing.
How did
That's
it
a
change
good
your life?
bit of glaze.
No.
Tricks.
A little bit-
How did it change your
All
life?
right, buddy.
That's
oh
what I
my
want to hear.
gosh. It makes you want to go
Something
experience
just
it again.
clicked.
Something inside of me
I
just
need-
awoken.
I don't know if I would have gone back to Rolling Loud for a second year if I hadn't seen that first year Cardi.
So
set.
what did it change inside of you? It made you want to waste more money on
Yeah.
a concert?
I genuinely learned to enjoy concerts so much more. And it's for the experience. It's not just the music, dude. It's the people around you. It's just the energy that you have with the people around. So, you can say it's corny. Say I'm being as corny as I want. But genuinely, when everybody there is just there to have a good
Oh yeah,
time.
it's an amazing
and
experience.
It's not just to have a good time with Cardi though, dude. They love
Oh, yeah.
Jordan Carter as they're just there to support him. It's such a close knit community, as corny as it sounds. Shane knows. Opium is they have such a close knit fan base, and it is something really special that not a lot of other artists can recreate. in my
I mean,
opinion.
I
If anybody else
gotta
can.
ask. Have you made other friends in this fan group, like online
do
from
have-
other states?
I do.
that
I am
you
connected.
regularly keep in contact with.
I am connected with some people in some group chats. Yes, I do. I follow accounts that keep up with Cardi news, the scarce Cardi news that we get, the rare news that we will get. I do keep up with it as much as possible.
Speaking of concerts, I would really love to go to a Sunday service choir concert.
Back to Destroy Lonely for a second, and concerts. You were talking about how Cardi performs a few festivals every year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm looking at Lonely's festival lineup. He is booked from
You think they're on
May
tour too?
19th to what's the 8th month?
I don't know.
Oh.
August, and he's performing in August. He's performing 4 back-to-back nights at Lollapalooza, 3 consecutive nights,
He's gonna go on tour for if
2
Looks to Kill.
consecutive nights in Switzerland, 2 in Netherlands, 2 in Tennessee, 1 in Germany, 1 in Florida.
That's just his festival lineup.
Yeah.
This tour that he's gonna do for his new album, this tour will cement himself as one of the best, if not the best, Opium member. He's either 1 or 2 after his tour.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd love to see it happen.
This tour is gonna.
I
this
enjoy.
Tour, I'm calling it right now. What's the date today? Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023. I'm calling it right now. Destroy Lonely will cement himself with this tour. This is gonna be a legacy-changing tour for him.
So what's gonna happen if his album drops? It's garbage. Do you
Even
think
if
it's
it's
gonna ruin him,
garbage, dude,
or do you think it's not gonna
his
affect him?
fans will ride and die for him.
Yeah.
And
But
anybody
I
else.
think- I-
No, no,
think-
I'm
think-
asking
he's gonna
how
sell
will
out
it
every
accept
show.
it,
I
like
promise he will sell
I
out
think
every show.
genuinely,
how
I
will it
think
affect his legacy?
It's
I
going
think-
positive
listen,
either way.
Listen, I think a lot of that is just the Opium fan base. I think the Opium fan base rides very strong.
Even when
very
a lot of
strong.
Red came out in
Yeah.
2020, 75% of people absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
Those 25% seemed to somehow be louder than that 20,
Then that 75. Yeah.
And it grew on absolutely
It grew on everybody.
everybody.
And now I'd say you probably have a 90-10 split of people who like it to people who don't like it.
They are influential people.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to leave it at.
Yeah.
No, this album, they might say, oh, it's a miss in the beginning, which he is switching his style up. It'll be interesting to see how Opium adapts. But
yeah.
Are we going to have to come to a close here soon? Or?
I believe so.
All right. Who wants to wrap it up today? Who wants a privilege?
Buddy, I think you've been a little bit quiet. You've been a little bit quiet today.
I'll do it for him.
You gonna do it?
I'll spare him.
Yeah, let him. I wrapped it up yesterday.
So that's gonna be it for today. Next time you guys will see us will most likely be when all the NBA playoff games are going in their game 3 and 4. So we'll get to see if our predictions are right.
So we made like 2
You can let us know if they were gonna be correct, or if you think we're gonna be correct or wrong, or if we were correct or wrong. But we look forward to coming back to you with even more interesting topics soon. And we hope that you guys enjoyed listening to us rant and ramble about these somewhat interesting topics today. And, as always, leave your suggestions in the comments. And if you watched all the way through, we really appreciate it. And thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Make sure to like, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one.